Welcome back. With the rising population of Lagos State, it has become necessary for the state to develop other means of transportation, including the waterways. Well, this was the consensus of stakeholders at the second annual Water Transportation Forum in Lagos. The managing director of the Lagos State Waterways Authority says the state government is set to upgrade infrastructure that would impact the sector positively.
Lagos population, according to the National Population Commission, is put at over 21 million people. With millions of vehicles plying their 2,600 kilometers of road network, which is often congested, huge economic and man-hour losses have become the order of the day. It is interesting to note that 22% of Lagos is composed of water, which has been grossly underutilized or wrongly handled, as opposed to more developed climes where similar resources are given due attention, with well-developed transport system and a thriving aquatic tourism sector. Today, those who commute on the waterways are quite insignificant compared with those using roads due to several issues bordering on poor infrastructure.
The water is like your road infrastructure. You can't drive your car on a bumpy road. You can't drive your car on an untarred road. You can't drive your car safely on a road that is not lit in the night. So the water resource is similar to road infrastructure. So first of all, must do the infrastructure, which is basically the dredging, channelization, and provide the provision of light bulbs and lighting of our waterways. That's what's basic.
Untapped economic and recreation opportunities abound on our waters. And as far as this tourism operator is concerned, safety is a major issue to be tackled.
Our waterways can become a cool Miami. So the first things first is make sure it's safe. Is there patrol? If there is patrol, which there is though, increase it. Because I've found out situations where someone said, oh, we went out on our boat and this other boat chased us. If our boat wasn't fast enough, they would have surrounded us. It means that there are still pirates lurking around.
These issues and more we have brought to the fore at the second annual Stakeholders Forum on Water Transportation, organized by the Lagos State Waterways Authority, LASWA. The managing director of LASWA obviously sees light at the end of the tunnel, as Lagos also sets to roll out the Lag Ferry.
If, first of all, you don't feel safe on the waterway, there's no way you're going to be encouraged to want to take tourism activity. So for us now is building it gradually. Once water transportation in terms of commercial operations is flowing drastically, then we can now begin to introduce other areas such as tourism and other water sports and things like that.
With a population growth rate of 3.2%, Lagos may likely hit a figure in excess of 30 million by 2025. A reason why exploring and standardizing of other means of transportation cannot be glossed over. Chris Ilems, Channels Television News.
Lumen Christi College in Edo State is the newest champion at the annual Seplat Quiz competition, which held in Asaba, Delta State. Various cash prizes were also presented to winning schools and students in the contest, which promotes academic excellence and healthy competition among secondary school students in Edo and Delta States. Over 900 secondary schools participated in the 6th edition of the program.
It's the 6th edition of the Seplat Pearl Quiz competitions, holding at the Unity Hall at Government House in Asaba, Delta State. The competition aims to promote and stimulate academic excellence among secondary schools in Edo and Delta States.
Seplat JV, I urge you to continue to partner with the government in the spread of sustainable development projects to the host community.
The audience is thrilled to dance performances and musical renditions by the students. Finally, the contest has to be decided between Russell International and Lumen Christi, both Edo State-based high schools. And it is Lumen Christi that is crowned winner of the 2017 edition of the Seplat Pearl Quiz competition.
Please let's give them a round of applause.
Over the years, Seplat has contributed to the development of various schools in the region.
We have students competing to get to this final stage. So at every stage, they've been reading in the last 6 months, and that's the emphasis, to make sure, it keeps them engaged, to make sure that academically they are prepared for this quiz, hence they're also academically prepared for the school.
We couldn't think of a better program than the one where you have this massive participation. 922 schools across Edo and Delta states participating. You can imagine the amount of efforts that went into the preparations for all the students of these 922 schools to go from stage to stage to get to this final. Ultimately, it rubs off even on their performance in their statutory examinations, the preparation that goes into this. So it's something we're very proud of.
The Seplat quiz competition has and continues to foster integration among students in Delta and Edo states.
Offa and Erin-Ile communities of Kwara State have been at loggerheads for years over boundary disputes which have resulted in communal clashes. The latest problem is the demolition of 2 structures belonging to 2 Offa residents, with fingers pointing at Erin-Ile. Our community report tonight examines the issues threatening the peace of Kwara State.
What does it take to live in peace with your neighbor? Ask residents of Erin-Ile and Offa communities in Kwara State, and the answer you will most likely get is silence. The two sides have for many years been at loggerheads over boundary rights. With the clashes came loss of lives and destruction of property. This led to the construction of the Unity Road in 2006 with the objective of maintaining peace between the warring communities. Whoever came up with that idea must be filled with disappointment because it appears that the plan has fallen apart. This is the latest addition to what appears to be an unsolvable situation. 2 structures belonging to residents from Offa were partially destroyed by unknown vandals. But there is a strong suspicion of where the alleged destroyers came from. One of the victims narrates how some youths from Erin-Ile threatened and hustled him because his structure was believed to be encroaching on their side of the divide.
I called this place yesterday. My people they called me yesterday. I just reached the place. I just say, Erin-Ile don't come, don't break my house. You don't tell me before, say you come. I give her 20,000 naira. 22,500. You tell me, say no problem. You give me a go ahead. I can do the thing I will. I just gave her money. I called yesterday. I just say, don't break my hand.
This allegation is flatly refuted by the Vice President of the Erin-Ile Progressive Union.
Erin-Ile community know the limitations as to their boundary, and they have never a time encroached into Offa territory. Nobody from Erin-Ile has done what was alleged.
Has never attacked you. Stop attacking Offa. What you go? Offa community is not a coward.
But the other side is not taking the matter lightly, and this emergency meeting is to calm the nerves of the youth who are itching for reprisals.
Offa is known to be law-abiding and peace-loving, and Offa will not do anything to jeopardize the relative peace currently existing between her and her neighboring villages.
Calling on both parties not to let order be broken, the police public relations officer says the matter is following the legal process.
I can assure you that the police have started the investigation, and the Commissioner of Police has even directed that the 2 communities should be invited.
Clearly, it takes more than the construction of a road to ensure unity between opposing sides. As it stands, the authorities need to urgently find a lasting and peaceful solution to the crisis before both sides make headlines again for all the wrong reasons.
And now to the arts. Art Meets Music Denim is an exhibition by Bright Iho and Ifeanyi Anene, Bright, who is also a rapper, shows the ingenuity and can-do nature of the Nigerian spirit. On Art Review tonight, we'll look at what they had to display at a gallery in Lagos.
A colorful work of art greets the guests as they go into the hall to take in what these artists have to display in this exhibition tagged Art on Canvas Meets Music Denim by Edo and Erin-Ile, who approach this show using their individual styles that convey strong messages revealed in over 30 images and installations. Edo is an art graduate from the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, popularly called B-Elect by fans who know him as a rapper. Some of them would be amazed to see another side of him, visual art. Little wonder that he's making music on canvas. His artistic style is pop culture influence, which he calls music denim, is based on using elements of the jeans material, old vinyls, cassette tapes, and traditional media like acrylic and oil and canvas, which is obvious in this collection.
We decided to make it like a little interesting clash title. So art on canvas, which is basically what we're doing here. There's art on canvas, paintings, art jeans pieces, broken records, cassettes, and things like that on canvas meets music and denim. So music denim is what I do, and art on canvas is basically what we are doing. So we decided to give it that title so we could fuse it together and people will understand the elements of what we're doing.
He does it not only through installations, but with the message as conveyed in this mixed media work of art, with blue hues and the dots of the jeans material.
I say, what's got more soul than a pair of jeans? You know, it's always usable however you use it. Sometimes the jeans is even dirty, you call up in it. So it's just a metaphor for how we are able to pass through the ruggedness, the streets, and the swag. So that's what basically what inspired me.
He has not forgotten the flood victims in Edo State, which is done to support the resettlement course.
It's called Displace but not Misplace. And I'm sure Bright never knew this thing is going to happen. And that's to tell you that before things happen, they happen in another realm.
As for Erin-Ile, he cut his teeth as a psychology graduate from the University of Lagos. But his passion for understanding the human mind went beyond what he learned in the four walls of a classroom. The need for expression led him to develop a skill he already possessed, and he became a visual artist. For him, telling a story has never been difficult. His pool of thought splashes out on his canvas, which are usually large images on various mixed media done with palette knives and flat brushes.
God. We went from love to hitting the rocks, love in the fast lane. It was nice.
These artists create works using materials and subjects in an environment which may not have the best infrastructure, but it shows that ingenuity is not in short supply in Nigeria.
Still ahead on the news at 10. World number 1 Rafael Nadal secures his 6th title of the year with a routine victory over Nick Kyrgios in the China Open final. That's in sports news. Please stay with us.